Welcome back to Under Review. This is episode 26.
It is 26, and this one is a little interesting because this is not coming from College Station or Argyle. This is actually coming from the road. That's right. We're on a road tour right now. Just one city, unfortunately.
At the moment.
Yes, we're in Durango, coming at you live from Colorado. That's right.
Just goes to show that we don't take vacations.
Yes,
we're always
working. We are always working.
Always working, even on vacation. But yeah, welcome into the Durango studio. Our
Durango headquarters.
Not going to lie to y'all, we don't know the house number on this one at the moment.
So we're just coming at you from Colorado, and that should be good enough.
That should be good enough because you are watching us right now. Today we have another NFL show for you. Obviously, nothing's really going on in sports at the moment, except for baseball again.
Which none of y'all watch or care about.
None of y'all want to hear about baseball. It's disappointing. We'll probably have a baseball show at some point.
Just so y'all know, the All-Star game is coming up.
So we could talk baseball. You know what? Probably next week talk baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's what we're gonna do. So let's kick it off though. We got a bold prediction show coming up. Basically, a lot of roasting, a lot of just absurdity on this show.
Just a fun little episode for me and Joseph. Just take jabs at each other.
Exactly.
That's what y'all like. At each other.
That's what y'all like. So let's get started. Stat of the week brought to you by Himes Equipment. Big or small, they sell it all.
They sell them all. That is right.
Go get your premium equipment down at Himes Equipment, construction equipment, anything along those lines. We hear the owner has close ties with Clayton Kershaw. That is yet to be completely confirmed, but he does talk a big game. Let's just say that. Anyways, hit him up. The stats brought to you by them. The stat of the week is the Super Bowl odds for the 2022-23 NFL football season. I'm going to read off the top 5 for you. Odds in this order were number 1, Bills. Number 2, Bucks. Number 3, Chiefs. Number 4, Packers. Number 5, Rams. Okay,
Get the Packers out of there.
Yeah, I don't know why the Packers
They shouldn't even be top 10.
I'm a little surprised as well. But hey, that's your top 5 Super Bowl odds to win Super Bowl.
Of course, Tom Brady's in it because why is he not?
Cowboys are sitting at 8.
Or why wouldn't he be?
Which is actually a little too high.
We're sitting at 8?
We're above the Broncos right now.
We should be above the Packers. What are you talking about?
We should. But I also feel like the Broncos should be above us. That would be the odds makers, the betting odds makers.
Well, they obviously need to be fired.
Out in Vegas. Anyways, that's your stat of the week brought to you by Himes Equipment.
Your player of the week. That's right. The quarterback of the Jets, Mr. Zach Wilson. He's having a really strong offseason. He's been making extremely incredible strides in practice. I hear he's been getting around, but
I've heard that as well.
Good for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully he can lead the Jets to not a division win because that's already going to be taken by the Bills.
I hear he's had a couple offseason wins from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, congratulations to Zach Wilson.
I do hear that, yes.
Yeah, man. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Good for him.
There you go. All right. Hey, let's jump into it. Bold predictions.
Joseph, give us your first one.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes.
Well, you know I got to go with my squad.
The Dolphins.
Guys. Would you stop ruining my thunder? Good grief. Okay. Well, took the wind out of my sails there. Yeah, so my bold prediction is the Dolphins will win the AFC East. It's been my bold prediction for a while now.
I do think they'll definitely be better than they were last year, but
they will win.
To win the AFC East is absolutely absurd.
So you agree with me?
I said they'll be better than last year, but to say that they'll win is absolutely absurd.
We're bringing him around, ladies and gentlemen. He is about to hop on the Dolphins bandwagon.
Yeah, right, dude. I'm going to ride out with my boy Josh Allen.
I've seen some videos.
All right, I've been talking about Josh Allen since week 1. Or, I'm sorry, week 1 of our pod.
Yeah, because you're a bandwagoner.
Because he was our first player of the week. So I'm riding or dying with this man.
Yeah, but Tua is on the rise.
Yeah, right.
Tua
if he can stay healthy, I would love to see him stay healthy.
He will. He's got
who's an absolute beast?
They've revamped his
Josh Allen, literally everyone else on the Bills.
Yeah, because they've got a great O-line.
Also,
now the Dolphins have one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were number 1. I'm talking about in the stat that you brought up.
Yeah, and the Packers were number 4. So we just debunked that entire thing.
Yes, but he got one thing right. So we got to give the man credit.
No, if he got one thing wrong, he got it all wrong.
I'm just saying, give him credit for that one thing.
Yeah, I mean, the number one team to the odds last year were actually the Bills as well. Did you know that, Nick? What did they do?
Didn't. Yeah, well,
they
guess
didn't
what?
win.
They're bigger, they're better, they're stronger. Josh Allen's got some experience. He's got that chip on his shoulder.
Look, hey, no
He has
knocking.
come
I'm not
ready
knocking
to
Josh
play.
Allen, dude.
All I'm saying
But
is
the
they're going to
Dolphins are
absolutely
better.
clap up on the Dolphins.
Dolphins are better. Hey, I want to say 3. 3 or 4 is the first Bills-Dolphins matchup. We will be closely watching that one.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
sure. That's my bold prediction number 1.
Yep. That'll probably be more watched than any Cowboys game this season because you know that they're going to be...
Terrible.
Just kidding. You obviously know we're watching every Cowboys game because why would we not?
We'll watch them lose.
All right. I'm going to give you my bold prediction number 1. This is probably the most bold prediction anyone on the face of the earth could ever say, but I'm going to say it. Henry Ruggs is going to come back this season and win Offensive Player of the Year. But
What?
I feel like that's on the same level as the Dolphins winning the AFC
dude,
East.
what?
So we just had insane bold predictions for the first one.
No. Hold up. Mine was realistic.
It's about the
Henry
same
Ruggs
level
is in
as the
prison.
Dolphins winning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how likely the Dolphins are to win the AFC East is when Henry Ruggs comes out and wins Offensive Player of the Year.
You are, dude. I cannot believe, first of all, you disrespected the Dolphins like that. And then second of all, you just picked a convict who killed someone in a car crash to win Offensive Player of the Year. You know he's not getting any votes.
Hey, he's got one vote right here.
Your vote doesn't count.
Hey, well, that just goes to show. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Henry Ruggs is gonna be the greatest receiver of all time. By the time when he gets out of prison, he's gonna be better than Jerry Rice.
I'm sorry. I knew this was a bold prediction show, but I thought we were actually taking it seriously.
Well, I was until I heard your first bold prediction,
Dude, my
which
first
was the
one,
Dolphins
you've
winning the
always
AFC
known
East.
that's a bold prediction. You've always known that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
For me. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go move on.
Now that I've been talking about Zach Wilson, I'm gonna put the Jets at 2. I'll put Bills and then Jets and then Dolphins and then the Patriots. That's how the AFC East is gonna go.
Okay. All right. You know what? You just had a bold prediction, so I'm going to go, and then you can go with another one like that one right there, okay?
Okay.
So my second bold prediction, I actually think you might agree with this one. So what I've been noticing about this offseason, obviously there's a lot of Cowboys hate out there, but the Eagles have been way too much overhyped.
I'm gonna agree with that because they got one player, and then everyone's like saying that's gonna set them for life.
So my bold prediction is the Eagles are not gonna win more than 9 games.
I mean, I could see. You said not win more than 9 games.
Yes, not win more than 9 games. And I think the Cowboys will beat them both times.
I think the Cowboys will beat them both times. I think they might. I think they'll win.
It'll be close, but I think
11
they'll
or
beat them.
12 games.
Really? I just don't think they're winning the division, and I don't think
they're not winning the division. They're not beating the Cowboys.
And yeah, if they make it into the playoffs, they're not winning.
It'll be the same thing as it was last year. They'll get destroyed in the first round.
Jalen Hurts is special. That's all I've been hearing. So
he wasn't very special last year.
Yeah, he didn't really do a whole lot.
And
That's
then
my
they're
bold
talking
prediction.
about the Devontae Smith, AJ Brown duo. Devontae Smith did
wasn't that good
nothing
either.
last year. Like, I'm not going to deny the fact that AJ Brown is good. Yes, he was a very good receiver
also
for the Titans.
AJ Brown's not
but
on the
he's
field.
injury prone.
Yeah.
Is what I was going to say. Yes, he didn't.
So was
he
Devontae.
missed a lot of games last year.
Yeah.
And so Devontae Smith is injury
Miles
prone
Sanders
as well.
is injury prone. I mean, it's not like their team
Their
is just
defense
stacked.
is bad.
I don't even
would
know who
say
their tight end
their
is.
O line is pretty good.
Who's their tight end?
Dallas Goedert.
That's true. See, he's not that good.
He's
either.
not even top 10 for me.
No, neither me. I don't like the Eagles, but I also just don't think they're winning more than 9 games. Overhyped, overrated, and
I mean, good
a
for
lot of
them
what people
for
say the
getting
Cowboys are.
AJ Brown, but like I think they're just blowing that trade out of proportion,
yeah,
saying that's
Yeah.
basically setting them like they're almost putting them at a Super Bowl caliber team when all they did is get an injury-prone wide receiver.
Here's what I'll compare it. You know, a lot of people, including me, when the Dolphins got Tyreek, you know, but they also got Cedric Wilson. They also got Chase Edmonds. Like, they got other pieces as well. It wasn't just one receiver. But I'm pretty sure the Eagles have just gotten AJ. That's been their big free agent signing. And that's it. Like, I don't put... And the division that they're in isn't great, but I don't think that they're going to win it. I think we should still win it.
The Cowboys are still going to be in the runnings for that division.
It'll be them or the Eagles. That's what I mean. I do think that.
Obviously, the Giants are bad and always will be.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Commanders. I mean, I don't think the Carson Wentz thing is going to do anything for you.
No.
All that means, in my opinion, is Taylor Heineke plays less games because Carson Wentz is going to get hurt.
I would rather
and
have
Taylor
Heineke.
Heineke's going to have to come back in. So all that means is Heineke just plays less games.
Yeah, that's another hot take from me. I'd rather have Heineke than Wentz, but I think we've said that before.
Heineke's more mobile, I think. Also, there will be every once in a while where he will hit you with a wow play.
Yeah. I've never seen that from Carson Wentz.
I haven't either. It's a wow play whenever he doesn't get injured for me.
That's true when he completes a play. Just not even a pass, just a play without getting hurt.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my second bold prediction. Joseph, you might agree with this.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the Jags win at least 8 games
8? Really?
in this upcoming season.
You know, I could roll with that because they're in a trash division.
They are. And that's what I was thinking. But then also, I'm thinking maybe Trevor Lawrence will be a little bit better because he's got a
some
second
weapons.
year. And obviously, I mean, Christian Kirk is not an insanely good wide receiver, but he's definitely better than what he's got.
And he got Zay Jones as well.
Yes, he has a good receiving core. So I do see them winning.
They also
minimum
got
8 games.
Some O-linemen as well. They've built the offense up a little bit.
And then last year, they kind of wowed everyone in the very last week when they beat the Colts.
With Carson Wentz.
The Colts needed to win to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, all they had
to do was beat the Jags, and they couldn't even do that. But I do see the Jags winning 8 games at a minimum.
I can't completely knock you there because I do think they're going to win more than last year. I mean, 8's a lot for them.
At the very least, they will definitely be better than last year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I can roll with you on 8 because there are 17 games.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is you got to think, like, with their trash division, that means they play the Texans twice, and I can see them beating them both times. And then I can honestly see them beating the Colts twice.
I could see at least one for sure.
And then they're playing the Jets, and I think they can beat the Jets. They're playing Detroit. I could see them beating Detroit. I could see them
really get better.
Maybe stealing a game against the Titans.
I could see that too.
And then they're playing the Eagles and the Commanders, and those are teams that they might be the same level or a tad bit better than the Jags. So those are 2 other very, very winnable games for them. And then they're playing the Giants as well. So I think that's a winnable game for them.
I think the Titans got way worse losing A.J. Brown.
And also,
because they don't have any receivers now. And Julio.
I don't know how Ryan Tannehill manages to get deep into the playoffs every year because he is just such a mediocre quarterback.
Not really deep. He didn't win a game.
I guess so. Well, because, I mean, you're right, because they were the number 1 seed, which I don't know how that happened.
That was crazy, yeah. That was also because they're in a really bad division. They took advantage of that.
Well, Ryan Tannehill essentially lost them game.
They had the same
Cincinnati.
record as us.
Yeah.
They were 12-5. So, I mean, like, in a trash division, they win a lot of their games kind of like we did. And we lost our first game. They lost their first game.
Yeah. But they were the number 1 seed too, so they got that first
They kind of are the Cowboys of the AFC.
Yeah. Just kind of a disappointment. They make it to the playoffs and then they just disappoint everybody.
Yep.
They always win their division, but then whenever it comes crunch time, where are they at? They're nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere. All right.
I guess you can somewhat blame a little bit of Dak for our playoff loss because some of that's on him, and then you can blame Ryan Tannehill for their playoff loss. So
I'm going to come out and do a little bit. This is kind of bold, but not impossible. Because he was number 2 in the MVP voting last year. Tom Brady is going to win another MVP. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The GOAT is going to come out and he's going to wow everyone again.
The thing with Tom Brady is you think he doesn't age like any normal human being. You expect him
45.
to get worse, but he's playing like he's 25.
So he had the numbers to get MVP last season, and somehow it went to Aaron Rodgers. But Tom Brady actually was first in a lot of those categories. It was kind of a toss-up. I thought Brady should have won it, but I think he could have just another one of those seasons. Also, Falcons got worse. Saints aren't going to be that good. And the Panthers.
Yeah, they just got Baker Mayfield. So,
side note for y'all, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, since getting drafted in 2018, they are 1-2 in leading the league since then in interceptions. So the Panthers now have two of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Hey, dude, everyone wants to talk about how underrated Baker Mayfield is. He went to a trash team for what? What did the Browns get in return, Joseph? Can you please remind these good people?
The Browns got a conditional fifth-round pick.
A fifth round. Conditional fifth round.
So it could be a fourth if Baker plays.
But still, let's say hypothetically Baker does play and they get a fourth-round pick. That's still like
Can I just say how bad Baker is based on the fact that the Browns had to pay the Panthers to take him?
Exactly.
They paid the Panthers $10 million to take Baker off their hands. So I don't want to hear all this stuff from Skip Bayless and everyone else about how good he is.
Like his locker room presence is not great because he doesn't get along with any of his players because he's so selfish. I mean, and he's been known to be a jerk as well.
He just went
that's obviously not what you want on your team.
Like the Browns were actually pretty good. They had a good O-line, two amazing running backs, good receiving core, and he really didn't do anything last season. And I know everyone makes the argument that he was hurt the whole time. Well, if he's hurt the whole time, then don't play him.
Exactly.
But he played, so I'm judging him based on his playing performance. If you're hurt, don't play. If you can't throw, don't play.
If I'm the Panthers, I don't know why I'd waste my time with Baker Mayfield.
I don't either.
I mean, at that point, just...
They're paying Sam Darnold $19 million. He's like the same.
Sam Darnold's decent. I think...
Him and Baker are going to do the exact same thing.
I think Darnold's more mobile, and that gives him a tiny up on Baker Mayfield. Yeah. But there's really no point because I don't really think you're swapping for a better quarterback.
So, like I said, Brady's going to run that division.
That was kind of like the Cam Newton situation. Like, when they went out and got Cam, like...
I don't think the Panthers know what they're doing.
The big thing with that was just, obviously, Cam was a huge Panther. I mean, he's what made them good, and then he just came back and was awful. He was not the old Cam that everyone remembered.
What I'm hearing also is the owner is very impatient, and so it's sounding like unless they do something crazy and win the division, this is probably Matt Rule's last year as the head coach. So he's in the hot seat big time right now. Mm-hmm. Is the word around?
Because I mean, he really hasn't done anything.
No, it's not been his fault completely because he doesn't have a great team, but they need to rebuild. The Panthers do.
Yes, exactly. All right, I'm going to give you my third bold prediction, which you'll probably agree with this, and I'm sure a lot of you might be thinking the same thing as well. It is that Robert Gronkowski is going to come out of retirement to play another season with the GOAT, his best friend, Tom Brady.
You know, he did come out today and say he was done again.
Yes, but the thing is like Tom is what got him to come to Tampa Bay.
And out of retirement?
Yes, out of retirement.
Again.
And I think that Gronk, I don't know, I just can't see Brady playing without Gronk.
Gronk's just one of those guys that would retire for 2 months and then wait till it gets cooler in Tampa and come back and play. Like, he's just one of those happy-go-lucky guys, and he gets away with it because he's amazing at what he does.
He's like Brady, you know. He's just like, still a stud.
You know, he was the one guy on the Patriots that just never went with the Patriot way. You know?
Yeah.
And
he was just always the different one.
Party dude, fun guy. So if he feels it, he'll come back. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he came back. I don't really think he would, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see him coming back for one last ride.
Especially if the Bucs are rolling.
For one of the best duos of all time.
Yeah. They're also pretty close to beating the most touchdowns by any duo. I don't remember the exact number, but it might be like 12 or 13 more. And
I know they're very, very close.
I want to say the number one is Montana and Rice. I think.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense.
Yeah, great quarterback, great receiver. Is Jerry Rice the greatest of all time, receiver-wise?
Yes.
I was just asking if that's what you thought too. I was just making sure.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with that.
But yeah, I don't think it'd be crazy if Gronk came out of retirement. That's what everyone thinks he's gonna do.
Well, because that's his personality, you know, too, is to be super duper different and really, really unpredictable. So he could definitely come out of retirement, and I am predicting that he will. So when he does come out of retirement, you heard it from me. Exactly. I predicted it.
My next bold prediction is that Antonio Brown is done playing football. I'm tired of hearing all this. Oh, maybe this team will sign Antonio Brown. Dude, Antonio Brown right now has a broken ankle and said he won't get surgery on it until a team signs him. So no team's going to want to sign him with a 9-month recovery period for a surgery.
He's
not coming back.
Such a waste of money. Let's
Keep him out of the league.
He
wasted his career.
He was at the Steelers, then he went to the Raiders, then the Patriots, and then the Bucks.
Yeah. Where he proceeded to... He just, every time, ruined it for himself.
Dude.
To put it in perspective with the Raiders, on Tuesday, he was going to get paid $30 million. All he had to do was wait until Tuesday to quit, and he quit on Saturday. The team. He just had to wait 3 more days, and he would have gotten paid $30 million guaranteed.
Dude, and also, they're playing the Jets, too, right?
Yes, they were.
You let the Jets get in your head? Like, seriously? You should put 50 on this team, and you're going to let the Jets get in your head like that. Obviously, I realize that there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of buildup, but the final straw is against the New York Jets. Like, that's what pushed you over the edge to quit.
Well, yeah, and like
the Jets.
You
like,
don't have as
absurd.
much talent as you did before. He's still very talented. But, like, this is the 4th time it's happened, so owners aren't going to want to sign that. Teams aren't going to want that in their locker room.
Well, they're realizing that he's like a hothead.
The only owner I could see being dumb enough to sign Antonio
Jerry?
Brown is Jerry. We would sign him in a heartbeat.
Yep.
But we don't have any money right now.
He fits our outline perfectly if I'm Jerry Jones.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
another side bold prediction. This isn't a main one. But if we keep doing stupid stuff like we did with Von Miller, we're not going to win a Super Bowl for a very long time if we're going to be cheap like that. Cowboys, by the way. That's who I mean when I say we.
Well, I mean...
We let Von walk because we offered him the Randy Gregory contract.
That's the thing, is Jerry he won't treat you like as well as he would if you were not drafted. Like
he wouldn't keep Amari, yet he paid Michael Gallup.
Exactly, because it's who he drafted and who he got off free agency.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was going back to the Antonio Brown thing.
Okay.
You gotta, like... I don't want to say that I feel bad for him because I don't, because he ruined it himself, but, like, he was on track to be one of the best receivers of all time.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's
like,
honestly probably still a Hall of Famer.
On the Steelers and just kept on going and not gotten fed up with them, he could have very well been the greatest receiver of all time.
I agree.
By the end of his career. Obviously, who knows right now, but by the end of his career, yeah.
Agreed. I think he just wasted it. I guess he took it for granted. I don't know. Some people blame it on mental issues. I ain't giving him an out unless he comes out and says, I have CTE, but he won't get checked for that. So it's kind of like the Baker thing.
He's just being dumb with his body. Like you said with the ankle thing, like, that just does not make any sense at all.
I agree. I think he's throwing it away. Or he did throw it away. I don't think he's getting signed again.
So much talent, yet
down the drain.
In the garbage. Well,
now we'll focus our attention on the Dolphins.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode, but as we like to end it on here, with a quote that can apply to sports and life. This one is brought to you by a sport that we have not yet touched on this year.
Okay.
This comes from Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
So true.
It is the truth.
So true. Go shoot your shot. Be like Zach Wilson.
Yes, exactly.
And go Dolphins. Thank you for tuning in this week. Here in Durango, we are under review.
We will see you next time.
We'll see you next week back in Texas. Have a good week.